Good morning. Welcome to Hindu Newspaper Analysis 16th December 2022. Is the RTA Act fulfilling its purpose? Try to understand democracy laid down on two important pillars, accountability and transparency. Accountability and transparency, somewhat ancient governance elements. If you observe ancient Mauryan time, Ashokan edicts or inscriptions, even providing details about public policy and decisions of Ashoka. That is how we can say good governance must include accountability and transparency. Supreme Court in S.P. Gupta vs. Union of India 1982 stated that right to freedom of speech and expression also includes right to information. Further, a small organization in Rajasthan, Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan 1994, started protest and agitation against the local bodies in demanding information about the local activities. It was started in Bewar of Rajasthan and it was predominantly against the corruption at the local level, and they want to get the information about the local projects. And this is a famous movement which lead to change the government perception on providing information. Finally, Tamil Nadu, after this movement in Rajasthan, became the first state to provide an act to provide information. Further, Government of India created Freedom of Information Act 2002, but it is insignificant in its implementation. So later it was changed to RTA Act 2005. On October 12, 2005, it was got enforced. And finally, people are now entitled to get their right. People are entitled to get know their right about the governance. It is an independent body, and within the government departments, every government department will have public information officer and even information commissioners. And these people will try to provide the information to the public. But there are some issues here. If you see Satrik Nagarik Sangathan, a body which is RTI members being included, and this Satrik Nagarik Sangathan stated that around 55% of cases will not get response, and around 40 to 60% of cases never get reply. So around 55% on average, they won't get any replies and response. Then Central Information Commissioner Report Card 2018 stated that around 2.18 lakh cases pending in the State Information Commissioners. More exclusively, there are more exclusions right now. There are more exemptions, in other words. As per Section 8 of RTA, some information will not be disclosed if they are public bodies, if their information is very sensitive. For example, there is no information about PM care, even funding to the public political parties. Around 86 RTA activists killed in recent past, and you can understand that violence faced by the RTA activists against by the people like public authorities, even political parties. Lack of infrastructure, staff, and also more amount of backlogs is also impacting the RTI functioning. Finally, CIC report card also mentioned that poor record maintenance with the authorities, misuse of RTI. Misuse of RTI, for example, there was RTI about why officers are coming delay, what is the reason for it. So they are not asking a proper questions in RTA. Even Justice S.H. Kapadia also said that RTA is good, but it is being misused. So frivolous statements. So, for example, why guest lectures in university? What is the tenure? What is the due date of your leaves? Like that, they are getting the RTIs. And low awareness among the public is also one of the cause of concern. What is more impacting is recent government brought amendments to this act. RTA Act Amendment 2019 stated that the appointment of CIC and the tenure of CIC, Chief Information Commissioner, is more or less close to the Election Commission of India. And his removal also, that is Chief Information Commissioner, removal is also similar to the Election Commission of India. Unfortunately, now it was changed to somewhat. Today, the appointment and the removal depends on central government. Salaries previously comparative with the Election Commission of India, Chief Election Commission of India, today it is dependent on central government. What is further painstaking is Section 16 of RTA Act stated that it is State Information Commissioner usually appointed by Chief Information Commissioners, but today it was given to the central government. So now you can see that the structure of the RTI and the independence of RTI is also changing. So if you understand all these cases, if you understand all these issues, you can easily tell that yes, RTI is not somewhat unable to fulfill its purpose. Curbing air pollution in India needs efforts across South Asia. World Bank report. So World Bank conducted a study in Asia and it came to know that air pollution in India is very high, and it also has 6 large air sheds, and in Asia there are 6 large air sheds, and it find out that around 60% of South Asia is exposed to particulate matter 2.5 at an average of 35 grams per meter cube. And Indo-Gangetic plains also witnessing high amount of particulate matter. So around 6 areas, it includes Punjab in Pakistan, Punjab in India, Haryana, parts of Rajasthan, Chandigarh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, and even Bihar, so on and so forth. So all these parts are contributing a lot of air pollution. So this air pollution scenario is not good for the people, and where we can use this, you can use this in answer writing point of view for value addition. Next article talks about US created Indo-Pacific concept to contain China. So China recently blaming USA as it is developing Indo-China dialogue, Indo-China partnerships to counter China. If you see a series of engagements in the Indo-Pacific region, it talks about Quad, which consists of India, Australia, Japan and USA. Then it also consists of 5 Eyes, an intelligence alliance involving Australia, New Zealand, Canada, US and UK. And very recently you have AUKUS, where you have Australia, UK, US. All these groups within the Indo-Pacific region. If you recall, yesterday USA started space unit in South Korea, which is also comes under this Indo-Pacific region itself. Next article talks about Iran blames US after being removed from UN rights body. Try to understand, Iran is seriously persecuted some protesters in the open area. At the same time, Iran is also facing a lot of protest about this hijab after the death of Mahsa Amini. So now Iran facing a pressure from the United Nations. It was removed from the United Nations Commission on Status of Women, a body which will deals with the women issues and women related developments. It is a functional commission under the United Nations Economic and Social Council, and one of the main organ which will dedicatedly focus about gender equality and empowerment of women. For our convenience, we have to understand when it is established. It is established in 1946, headquarters New York, and it is a body which will works about the development of women empowerment and also discuss about the women protection and even elimination of all forms of violence against the women and girl children. But Iran, as it is unable to protect the women's dignity and respect, it was removed by the members. That's all for today. Thank you so much and Jai Hind.